So
This is fun.
Amy, we've been friends for years.
Yes.
And we've been talking about doing something together.
Yes.
We're both very passionate about cancer and,
Yes.
Both had stories about losing very dear ones to cancer. And also we're passionate about wellness and helping people really get to a place where they feel amazing and vibrant as they age. That's my passion now, as well as anti-cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's interesting. What brought you, other than, I know your mom, your story, but what is it about wellness and all of that for you that you want to instill for people and want to
I just have
make an
this
impact?
really cool talk about longevity. So
Mhm.
that's like really in the forefront of my mind. But I think it's the heart of that. It's just living your best life. And so that means so many different things to so many different people.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, that's like blowing up their life and like trying to find a 20-year-old who's going to make them happy, whatever that means. That's
men or women.
Men or women or whatever. That's not what it means for me.
Yeah.
For me, it means like living your optimal life. And so it means being healthy from your toes to, your roots. And my mom always used to say, I shouldn't say fake it till you make it, but she would say, like, if you wake up and you're feeling crappy, she would always say, take a shower, put on a cute outfit and put on some makeup and see how you feel. Maybe when I was younger, she wouldn't say put on makeup, but she would say, always just take a shower, wash your face, see how you feel from there. And this idea of like, get yourself going, like splash cold water on your face or wash your face and see how your day starts. And so it's always kind of been in my head. And now that I'm older, I know a lot more and I'm 49 hitting 50. To me, it's about like living optimally and everything you put in your body and on your body and do to your body and for your body and who we surround ourselves with. All of that, like that to me is wellness and living your best life. And so I'm just like a hardcore, like living optimally. And that's what I want to talk about, think about.
That's what lights
live
you up.
about. That's what lights me up. That's what how I want to fill my cup and encourage others to fill their cup with. Yeah, and that's where I think we connect, where we connected from the beginning. And I started my adult life journey 21 years old when my mom died, and I started this foundation with my family, and then I decided to run it and start that path. And it hasn't been linear, but it hasn't been too curvy. But where it's led me to now is this idea of living optimally. And so it is cancer prevention. It is a lot of anti-cancer talk, but it's gotten much bigger. And the bubble has like continued to sort of grow and grow. And bold and in the best way. Yeah. Yep. And that to me, I love. And so the idea of continually learning and growing myself and my brain, that's like the best part.
It is. Well, it sounds like we had similar upbringings because my mom was the same way. She's like, the same thing, splash water on your face, put a little makeup on, maybe a little lipstick and get dressed. Actually, get dressed and get out of the house, all of that. That was like a beautiful thing. A lot of people these days, they don't do that.
Yeah.
I have kids that don't even do that. So, and also my mom was into health in the early days. Yeah. She had asthma and she went to a Ranch La Puerta, which was a health ranch, and it was way ahead of its time in terms of, just getting off the grid and like really eating healthy food and exercising and massaging. And just taking care of yourself. And I thought it's so fascinating that I got that at an early age and instilled in me and realized, wow, we can really change how we feel when we do take care of ourselves. Yeah. I was lucky in that way, but you're right. And then my cancer diagnosis at 32 was like, holy shit. This is a wake-up call. Like, I've got to figure out how to go back to that life and really live my best life. And ever since then, it has been like a passion. And like you, I just feel like it's growing and getting bigger and bigger. And just, it's so fun. because I feel so good. I think that's also what helps us, when we feel good about our lives and we don't probably feel good every day. It's not always a good thing every day, but most of the time when you know what you need to do and get yourself out of a funk or eat better since you didn't eat well for 5 days or you had too much alcohol and you don't drink for a while. There are ways to get yourself back to a really beautiful place and thriving place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom, I think about a few things. She did similar things. Like this idea of like self-care, I think has gone a little bit off the rails, but when you like bring it back to where I think the heart of it is, massage for the right reasons, taking like really good care of yourself, like the heart and soul of self-care. But some of my girlfriends, we joke about it because there was a whole group of women in West LA who saw this one nutritionist. I've actually talked about her on this podcast because a good friend of ours, or her mom used her too, but she was anti-sugar, and it was in the 80s and 90s, and it was before sugar was the devil and the enemy. Yeah. Because my mom used to actually eat a lot of sugar, and she would get these horrible headaches sort of, or crashes, I would call them, when I look back on it. And she had this thing about taking like a protein afternoon snack. And her thing was taking the oil out of peanut butter and putting it on wassa toast.
How strange.
It was so strange. It was so disgusting because there was this peanut butter where the oil was on top. And you would put paper towels in it and stick it upside down. And so then you would have this like chalky, disgusting peanut butter. But I think about it now because I eat such little sugar. And it reminds me of like, okay, well, I'm sort of doing the same thing. It's just that we have access to so much more that's like easier and tastes good as opposed to like this, like my mom would be like, eat the peanut butter. I was like, this is, I was like 15, 16. I'm like, this is disgusting. It's like, and your mouth would be like, blah. But, and just like these ideas of how to not crash or not get a headache because you've just come home at that like 3-4 o'clock hour or after school or after work or whatever, and you're starving and you just like grab something and it's just terrible for you. Just little things we've learned to feel and be better. But what I'm really interested in on top of that is this idea of now and this age and like, I don't know, everyone I know that's met you, whenever I say I'm friends with Elissa Goodman, they're like, what the hell is her secret? Like, how does she do it? It's insane. I'm like, wait, you have to press rewind with her and you have to understand where she's come from. And you have to understand that she's beaten cancer. She's had incredible loss in her life. Has kids. She's like turned her life upside down and inside out. Like, to me, that's all of the reasons why you're truly glowing. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's why I love hanging out with you.
Because I'm so complimentary.
Exactly. You make me feel like on top of the world.
Everyone?
Not everyone, but I do feel that way. I guess I never, growing up as a kid, my story. I never felt good. Yeah. I didn't feel good physically or emotionally and mentally because of just, always behind the 8 ball. Just, I really ate too much sugar. I ate too much processed food. Like, my parents were so successful and like had tons of energy. I feel like 10 times more energy than I did.
Were people mean to you? Were kids mean to you? Were you bullied? Were you picked on?
No, I wasn't. I just was like, I just felt very always with my family behind the 8 ball. Like I couldn't keep up with these older parents. And I was a young teenager. And sometimes I couldn't keep up with my friends because I was always tired and, blood sugar always dropping. And it was crazy. So it's really fun to feel this way now where I don't have any of those feelings. Emotionally, I feel good. Physically, I feel good. I just feel balanced. Yeah. And I don't always feel great, but I know how to get myself back to, and I know how to feel the feelings and not really not feel the feelings. I used to not feel the feelings. That was a big thing growing up. You're okay. You shouldn't be sad. You shouldn't be tired, or it was always like, you shouldn't feel that way. And I hated that when my parents said that to me. And so I realized.
Did you say anything back to them?
I did. I tried, but I really didn't. I mean, I really looked up to them and I was scared of them. So this stage in my life, I'm like, been taught and trained to be like, okay, I'm sad today. I don't feel great. My energy's low and it's okay. Mm-hmm. And that's also, I want people to feel like they can give themselves, not have that pressure to always feel great and be great and do everything perfect. And, so.
Did you go to sleepovers when you were a kid? And were you the kid who wanted to go home?
I did. I wanted to go home, but also I didn't go to a lot because every time I went, I got sick because I didn't sleep well. And I think because of my low white blood cell count, no one knew what to do with that when I was a kid. It was always just sleep, 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 get your rest. It was a bummer because my friends would all go and I'd be home and missing out.
Yeah.
So
At least it wasn't social media and they weren't posting pictures on Instagram and you're like, I know, or you didn't see them all in a snap map and you weren't there. That really would have sucked.
Okay. I don't know if I would have made it through that period. Actually, I don't even know how our kids are able to do it these days. I mean, or kids these days, mine kind of missed the boat a little bit. And so, but that would be horble. Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
I have an older brother.
And how was he?
He was fine, healthy. We were very close. He's great, but he was always healthy and always strong. And, I was always the one getting sick and feeling tired. And they were always giving me a hard time. There she goes again. She's sick, or, she's tired, or, she's complaining. And that was kind of my life. And I realized as time went on, I don't want to live like that. That doesn't feel good.
So did you actively try not to complain?
Yes. I suck it all in, just sucked it down. I think that's what gave me the cancer. Those feelings were all suppressed in my body. Okay, I can't really tell anybody how I really feel, honestly. I just sucked it up. And went on my way like a lot of people do. And it's so unhealthy. So those things, I think, downregulate your immune system. Everything just gets, downregulated in every way. So it's not a good thing. I think we need to express ourselves in the right way. We need to find people we feel good with to support us, and food is part of that program. I mean, we didn't eat that healthy at home. But food is supportive. And when you eat healthy food, you do feel better. And when you're hydrated or all of those things, Yeah. But a lot of times we weren't trained about how to do that.
Yeah. There's so many more options now.
And my mom was a sugaraholic too. She still is today. It's crazy. She has this ever ready energy that she's 95 and she's going like crazy, strong as an ox. And she hides I don't know how she says she hides chocolate chip cookies from herself, but she does from herself. And there's cookies and sweets all over the house. And she's been fine. So
some people are my mom's mom lived till she was 98 and she didn't eat that much. Mm-hmm. Actually, she did. She'd be like, anytime you'd have to go out to eat with her, she'd be like, there's no way I can eat all this. And then somehow she would eat everything. But she drank wine, probably 2 glasses every single day of her life.
Oh, wow.
And she never ate anything good. She ate totally unhealthily.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. It is interesting how people can get away with that. They used to. I don't know if they can as much today, right?
I agree.
But I think, the older days didn't have as much stress. They had stress, I think, but today is a whole different level.
Yeah.
And also way more toxins are in our world today. The air, the water, the things we put on our body.
Yeah.
Right. The food. It's toxic.
Yeah.
And when we get the overload, that's when we get into trouble. And I think they didn't have as many of those things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
It's the toxicity that's really killing us and causing cancer and causing all kinds of health issues, along with the stress and unhappiness and social media. And,
yeah.
Right.
I agree.
All of it.
Yeah.
So where do you find balance with it all?
Right? That's the question. I think that's the hardest question to answer. It's like the question of how do women do it all? I think it's different every day. I just think it's different every single day. I think one, it's sort of giving it up a little bit, the idea that you can. Mm-hmm. I think it's knowing that there's ways to figure it out every single day that might look different, that your balance looks really different than mine and other women's. I think women's balance is different than men's balance,
right?
Mostly. And I think that there's priorities. So like I can think of mine. So for me, my mom died when I was 21 years old. So I knew that I wanted, if I could, to have kids when I was younger. And I knew that like being a mom was the most important thing to me. I was also like so maternal from a really young age. My brother's 7 years younger than I am. And when he came home from the hospital, I was like, it's my baby. Like, it's my doll. And I helped take care of him. I mean, I didn't need to. My mom was there. I think she had we had a nanny or whatever. And I have 2 older sisters. But for me, it was like, I was going to help with this thing.
Yes.
And he was like, this like weird looking baby. But I loved him so much. And I was like going to help take care of him. When my parents would go out for dinner and there were 2 older sisters and a nanny, my mom would look at me and say, make sure Robbie gets to bed on time. And I'd be like, I will. Like, I was like, love that. I was just so maternal. Yeah. And so
it's beautiful.
It's just me, I don't know if it's beautiful or it is, but it's just who I am. And so I knew that I wanted to be a mom. Like that was just, it's so important to me. And people will say to me, oh, your kids are great, whatever. They're not great. They're just like not jerks, but that's a huge priority of mine.
Actually, I think they're pretty great.
That's really nice.
I've met them and I'm kind of in love.
They all have GI issues. They all spend time with Elissa.
That I wonder about, the GI issues. Yeah.
I think a lot of it's hereditary. Right. I'm like, a lot of it's hereditary. Right. It's not my fault, but maybe it is. But I take my job really seriously as a mom. So I knew that was a huge priority. So I think like things came together. I was going to run this foundation. I was going to sort of have it fill my entrepreneurial spirit by being able to run this foundation. I'm really lucky in a place where this was obviously not going to be what supports our family financially. My husband does that. And that's privilege that I get to enjoy. I don't feel sorry. Like I don't say sorry for that. That's just my life.
Yeah.
But no matter what our life was going to be, like I was going to give up whatever we needed to give up so that I could be like basically a full-time mom in my younger years, because that was just my priority.
Yeah.
And so that was my balance. And then I would be able to.
And did you love it?
100%.
So it did prove to be what you wanted in every way.
In every way.
Okay.
Like I didn't love. Like I didn't produce a lot of milk. So I have weird.
There were definitely issues.
Like, excuse me, I produced a ton of milk, but it like didn't come out probably. So I had to pump like that stuff I didn't love, but I like absolutely loved taking care of like the nitty gritty mechanics of a lot of it weren't awesome, but I loved being a mom, like all of it. I loved all the stuff. I loved the kids, like all of the stages of life.
Mm-hmm.
But as they've gotten older and they went to school all day and then they're older now and in, jobs in college, out of college, like I love that I have all this more time and I now know how to take care of myself in a different way, that I have tons of energy and excitement and know more, and have also learned along the way how to keep growing the foundation and myself and learning that I can do more. Yeah. And so to me, that's the like long-term balance.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
That's beautiful. Yeah.
You know? And so I've still been a mom.
You're reignited in a lot of ways.
Totally. Right? And I feel like I know so much more now in my late 40s than I did in my 20s to be able to grow a career than I could have back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Without the burdens of like these like drop off, pickup. And I feel like that's my balance.
Yeah. So the foundation was what you did as a job, right?
Correct.
Okay. And always has been.
Yeah. I mean, I had a few jobs in my early 20s that were, more like jobs 9 to 5. I like went to an office. Okay. But then when I really started to run this full time, it was right around the time I got pregnant with my oldest son. Okay. So 25, 26.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty amazing.
That was 25 years. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, and it's also like you were lucky to find something you were passionate about early on.
All of those things
don't have that.
No.
Yeah. They find it later in life. Most likely. Yeah.
Totally. However, I do think my passion has continued to grow and like exponentially over the years.
Right.
And also more has been like available over the years.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like doing like podcasts that didn't exist 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And the whole educational component didn't really exist 25 years ago and the means to do it. So all of those things have just been a lot of luck that it is now available. The connections.
Right.
All those things.
I know. The people that you get to meet and learn from, like you're saying.
Totally.
Yeah, I know. It is beautiful. I mean, and personally, what do you do to keep yourself balanced? Like, other than the work fulfillment portion, what do you do physically?
I work out a lot.
You do? Like, how many days a week?
Like 5.
Okay, what do you do?
And then usually like walk a lot those other days.
Yeah.
I do like a lot of, I don't even know what you call it. It's like, I like a heated room. I like to sweat a lot.
Okay. So healthy.
Is it? I don't know. It is because you personally have taught me how to keep myself hydrated, which is a game changer. I like to like be in a heated room and sweat. And I like these like micro movements using like small muscles. And I like a lot of arms and tush and legs and core work.
Okay.
That's like, ankle weights. And it's basically back to Jane Fonda, just modernized those different kinds of workouts. I don't know.
I remember Jane Fonda.
I know. That's like what my mom would do.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Same.
I don't like a lot of bouncing. Are you doing this on your own? No, I go to classes.
Okay, you go to classes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like strength kind of classes. Yeah. It's all based on like, it's all sort of grown out of Pilates and yoga, but it's like modern, like lifting your leg. I don't know. Just a lot of
do you do any sports?
I grew up playing really competitive soccer, but I don't do sports anymore.
Okay. So no pickleball or tennis or any of those things?
My back and knees feel really crappy after pickleball, but I think, I know you're like a pickler.
I know. I grew up playing tennis and I grew up playing golf and I grew up horseback riding and
do you still play golf?
I play golf. Yep. I play pickleball. I love it.
You love the community part of the pickle?
Community. Yeah. I love the people. I love the camaraderie, the competitiveness. Like, it's just so much fun. It lights me up. People light me up.
Everyone loves pickle. I mean, I like to play it because of all the people. Yeah. But my back really doesn't like pickleball.
Oh, that's too bad.
It is really a bummer. I know.
I feel lucky because a lot of my girlfriends who are
everyone plays pickleball.
And they all play pickle and they all have aches and pains and I knock off the court.
And you're like,
I will knock on wood. It's because it's probably going to happen at some point. But now I don't have any aches and pains. It's so wild.
Are you like reaching a lot?
Yes.
You really don't feel like
I don't.
Lucky.
I know I'm so lucky.
I have major lower back stuff.
The only thing is it does wear me out. I do get tired.
Well, you should. You're like working hard.
Yeah. And when it's hot out,
the explosion of pickleball is pretty amazing. Right. And it's like this cool way to go anywhere and play pickleball now.
It is. And to meet new people. Yeah. Especially someone who's in my age in the 60s and who's single. Yeah. So that's even the golf and the pickle are like a home run.
I played golf for a little. So I have clubs and I played. I just never really loved it. Like I'm not.
Did your husband play?
My husband and all my kids play. Okay. And they're all Matt's pretty good, but he's good. He's a good golfer. My kids are good. Yeah. And they loved to play and they're really into it. I guess post-COVID, like everyone, loved golf. Yeah. I just like never loved it. I don't know. And to me, I really like now, and I love my alone time when they're all playing. So I really sort of like, that's like a huge part of my self-care is my like 2 to 4 hours alone when they're golfing.
Right.
Yeah.
When no one's in the house.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yes. Yeah. I bet.
I know. This last like month, one of my kids was like, we miss you. It's like such a nice time. You can like be with us. I'm like, yeah, but I really like it when you're not home for a few hours.
There has to be that balance.
I know.
I feel the same way like when my kids are around and I loved having them around. And then I had 2 stepsons as well. But now everybody's gone and everybody's moved on and 2 are married and they all live on their own because they're older. Yeah. I miss it.
I know.
Amy, I know. It's so sad.
It's going to be really hard.
It's hard. It's really hard. I miss them. I love them. I love what they bring to the table. And they're like you. I mean, I'm just crazy about my kids. So I do love being with them. I'm not sure they love being with me as much as I love being with them. But, it is. Yeah. And I hope like we have I have a grandchild coming.
What?
I have a boy grandchild coming in a week or two. So
a week or two?
Yes. My older daughter who's 30 is having a baby.
It's like all I want in life are grandchildren.
Oh my God. And I'm so used to girls because there were 3 of us girls when my husband passed away. It was the 3 of us. And now we have this boy coming, which is pretty special. And I know my life's going to change in every way. I'm sure. Like
they live close by though, don't they?
Yeah, they do. So, that for me is the whole next phase of my life that feels I'm not sure I'm ready, but I'm excited, but I'm not sure I'm ready to be a grandmother. Like that feels
so
old.
Young.
It feels very old. I don't feel young. The number of my age doesn't feel young. I feel young energetically. But
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but you have no choice, like whether you're ready or not. He's coming.
Right. He's coming. Yeah.
You can't.
And I think
shove him back in there.
Yeah, no. And I think the love, like I just know the amount of love that I have to give personally, because I've always, when I meet people and I really do love them and enjoy their company, and I am lucky I do have a lot of really great friends. But the amount of love I have to give is going to be so fun to be able to give to this human.
So cute. Oh
I know.
My God.
I know. It's pretty amazing. I think that's going to energize and make me feel younger, potentially.
I think it
as well. So
circling back to you though, how do you find balance? And how have you found balance? Because you've had to balance a lot.
It has been a lot. I think to myself, like over the years, growing up wasn't so easy. I didn't have any balance then in those years. Had a mom that was pretty tough on me. So that was challenging. And then now we're great, but those years were...
Do you talk about it with her?
No.
I mean, she's 95.
Yeah,
like,
I always hoped I could.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're ever going to get there, which is sad. But I had to do a shit ton of work to get there.
The fact that you're talking about it, I think, is like 95% of the work, right?
Yeah, a lot of therapy, a lot of, tons of therapy to figure out, it wasn't really me that was the problem, it was, and we just, our relationship and, just how she saw the world was so different than how I saw the world. And then, getting married and having a husband that died and having 2 young girls at home and going, he was the breadwinner and I wasn't working. And we did go to private school and belonged to a country club and had a very expensive life and going, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Yeah. And then getting into another relationship with someone who was really great and took care of us for like 15 years and then splitting from him a year ago. Yes, it's been like, holy shit.
Does it feel like once those like waves in your life, once it felt like, okay, I got this. Like,
and then it's gone. Yeah. Jeez. And it's like, is that what my life is supposed to be? Is like, okay, are you just testing me to be resilient, to be like, to be okay? And what I've really learned in this last year without him and my girls doing their thing is really just like figuring out how to really be okay on my own and be alone and be happy alone or just be okay alone. Maybe it's not happy all the time. I'm not, but I never was alone in my entire life until now. So it's really hard at, 64 to be alone this last year.
What like nights of what's the time of day, night that's hardest?
It
like Monday or Tuesday?
Sunday. It's that Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. Sometimes it's the morning. Like, oh, wow. I used to, I wake up and I'm not with someone. And then it was going to bed, but I've really learned that I know that in life, there's the ebbs and flows, and to be able to balance those and know they're not going to last forever is such a beautiful thing. I know I will be with someone else and it will be amazing. And this time I will, really pick right. But I just feel like I am really lucky to be able to, have the time to spend with myself and get to know me and get to know like what really lights me up.
And get to know you now.
Yeah, now. Exactly. And the balance is, I do still work in the nutrition world and I'm writing my book, my second book. It's either going to be called Pro-Aging Hacks or Aging Hacks, and really my story on how I have been able to turn back the clock and feel great as I age. And then, do a TEDx talk and hopefully travel the world and talk is kind of my goal because I love to travel. But how I find balance is really, I do eat healthy. I prioritize my sleep. And then I do spend a lot of time with friends and I do a lot of sports. Like that for me and exercise and being out in nature, it lights me up. And being with my friends, going out and enjoying concerts. Music is really something that I love. Yeah. Concerts are.
What kind of music genre?
Just all kinds, like jazz and blues and rock. And, I've just always loved concerts.
Oh, that's so good.
I know. And it's been fun. This last year, I've just reconnected with a lot of friends, going out and playing golf with them and playing pickleball with them and going to concerts with them and traveling with them. It just is nothing better, really,
That's
at this
awesome.
moment. Yeah.
I like that. I love to hike. It's like my favorite activity. Yeah. We have a home in Idaho and we now, we moved to Denver.
Yes.
And so we go to the mountains and hiking to me is like my favorite. It's actually my favorite form of exercise. I'm like a mountain lion.
And do you go for, how long do you hike for?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, just it could be short or long.
I mean, I love a good hard hike.
Yeah.
And my favorite hikes are when you hike up a ski mountain and then you can in summertime, they run the chairlifts and you can take the chairlift down. Yeah. I don't love going down. One, it's hard on your knees. And two, I just think it's boring. Yeah. So I love like literally going straight up and like 2 hours maybe. Yeah. And then and you're like dying and then you take the chairlift down and it's just awesome.
Heaven.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
I always want to, I want to learn how to hike because I am a good walker and I can go for miles distance wise, but hiking uphill has always exhausted me.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. And then I kind of have a trip that I'm thinking of going to the Dolomites in the fall. So I have to start figuring out how to really be a good hiker because I think I would love that.
You would love it.
I would.
It's so relaxing and beautiful and serene. And
do you go with friends or your husband?
My husband loves to hike.
He does it. Okay.
Yeah. And we're really into it. And I'm not competitive, but we get in the zone.
Yeah.
My dog hikes with us.
Right.
And I love all the gear. I love,
That's so
it's
fascinating.
really fun. I have my hiking glasses. I have my hiking fanny pack. I really love to hike. It's really fun. I love my hiking shoes.
It's such a great exercise.
Yeah.
It really is one of the best.
Feel it. Yeah. It's just fresh air.
And being in nature is it's so grounding.
It's so good.
And we need to find things that ground us.
Yeah.
Because we're not grounded.
No.
I can admit I don't. I'm an Aries and
same.
Oh.
Yes.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yes.
That's probably why we're so connected.
Yes.
I know. You have to peel me off the ceiling sometimes. Yes. I'm up there floating and sky high. And it's okay, how do I come down and ground myself? Yeah. It's a challenge for me.
Is
it a challenge for you?
Yeah. I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm not a great walker. Mm-hmm. I can walk a lot, but I'm not a fast walker.
Okay.
But a hiker, I can I'm gone.
You're a good fast hiker. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really do love it.
Right.
I do.
So what other things ground you?
I don't know.
People? No? Friends?
Yeah.
People ground you? Can do? Or
not
as much as me.
People ground me. I have, interestingly, I'm really social and I'm actually pretty easygoing. And we've lived all over. We've moved a lot and I've lived in different parts of the world. And I like a lot of people and a lot of different kinds of people. And I'm very open-minded.
Yeah.
But I have actually few really good friends because I give so much to my kids and my husband. I give so much love and so much attention and so much of myself that I don't have that much left over to give to other people. Mm-hmm. And so to my good friends, I give so much too. So I have a lot of people in my life, but really good friends, there's just not. I don't have that many. And most of my really good friends have been my good friends for decades.
Oh, wow. Since
12 years
school
old.
Or grade school. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And those people really ground me. Mm-hmm. There are people who know not just me forever, but like pre-puberty and like knew my family. And so I just was on the phone with one of my girlfriends on my way here, who's been my friend since we were 12. And she just knows me. Like she knows everything about me and all through the years. And so the way that we can talk to each other is just different. Like there's just a code, you know, and it's so grounding.
That's beautiful.
I love that.
I don't have that. Like growing up, I don't even have friends from grade school or high school or couple from college. It's weird. My life changed so much after college that I met everybody and felt like got into my body or into my who I am later in life. And I wasn't so comfortable in those years. So
I wasn't comfortable.
I miss that.
It's interesting. It's different. I think I came off as really comfortable and confident younger, but I certainly wasn't at all. And I have a lot of really good friends I have a handful of very good friends from college who I love but still that's 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
And I have a handful of adult friends. I mean, adult, like in the last 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And they're very different relationships, which is nice. And a handful of, I would call like new friends.
Do you find it hard to make new friends at this stage?
Because I'm not.
Life?
So I do. I do. Like you're a new friend and I love it. I don't know.
It's hard for people.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah,
at the time, you're busy.
Yeah.
I actually think Los Angeles is a hard place to make good friends. I do. As an adult woman. I do.
I agree.
It is.
I think it is, period, over the years, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. New York was easier when I lived there for 10 years.
Yeah.
It was so much easier.
It is.
Yeah.
I think there's a culture that makes it hard. I think there's a competitiveness. I think there's a lack of like working.
Yeah.
That makes it hard. I think, there's just it's a hard situation.
You have to work harder at it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think you have to peel back people. Yeah. You have to sort of peel back their layers in order to see if they are going to be grounding and if they're going to fill your cup and if they're going to be people you really want to like, you know, give yourself to and like actually get to know.
Right.
I never also, my friends will like laugh at this. Like I've never been a big mom friend person. Like I don't have a lot of like.
Your kids, their parents, you don't know, like you're not friends with them as much?
Yeah. That wasn't my jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't, I wasn't like immediate friends with my kids' friends' moms. Like I wasn't into that.
Okay.
I was like, they're your friends and I think that's great. And if I happen to connect with their moms, I think that's great too, but that's not like an immediate thing. It wasn't like a given, I would say. I thought that was always weird.
You thought it was weird for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely became friends with all the girls. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't.
Are you still friends with them?
Yes, I am. Yeah. Very good friends.
Then that means it was like meant to be.
It was meant to be, yeah. It was beautiful, yeah. Some of those people
I actually think girl moms are probably different than boy moms.
I think so too. I think that definitely does work. Yeah. So speaking of like just grounding yourself, like other than hiking and, you know, friendships that we're talking about, what other things like ground you, like really, really ground you? Are you a meditator?
I was just about to say, are you going to ask me if I meditate? I'm going to say no. I'm going to feel
yoga
guilty.
Or anything.
Nat and I try and do yoga. We're bad about it, but we usually, for a long time, we did yoga once a week together, which was really nice. We haven't done that in a while. What do? I have like my nightly ritual. It sounds so lame, but I take a shower every single night before I go to bed. And it's like a very soothing ritual of just like, I feel like I'm just like cleansing the day off me. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not dirty.
You're washing the day off. Yeah.
I haven't done anything like that's, even if we like, if I shower, go out for dinner, I always come home and shower again. Yeah. I'm going to wash my face no matter what. Cause I've literally washed my face. Like I've never gone to bed without a wash face. Yeah. Even in college drunk, like I've always washed my face. My college roommate will attest to it. But I always shower before bed. Like to me, it's just like I just want like a cleansing thing.
Yeah, you get into bed clean.
Yeah. Too. I read before bed every single night on my Kindle. I find that like a really...
Fiction?
I read fiction.
Okay.
I find it like just a calming thing. Even if it's late and I'm tired, like I'll always just read for at least like 10 minutes or something.
Right. Okay.
And I do like that. I always find time during the day to just sort of sit and relax.
Yeah.
And
You don't just go, go, go.
no, I really do take a few minutes.
Because Aries are known to
Yeah.
keep going and not stop till they burn out.
Yeah. My brother will he thinks it's funny because, and you've met my brother,
Yes.
and he was in the military for a while, and he's like, you really should have been like a general. Like, I'll be like, I have 3 minutes for coffee before I'll
You're
pick up.
very scheduled.
I'm very scheduled.
Okay.
Like, my life is an outline. Like,
Okay.
I see things in like A, 1, 2, 3, B, 1, 2, 3 form, and I'll be like he would come visit and I'll be like, well, and hang out with me for the day.
Mhm.
And I'll say, okay, I'm going to drop the dry cleaning. And then I have, 6 minutes before I then pick up Otis. And then we have like 7 minutes to get a quick bite. And he'll be like, you're insane. Like, you are actually insane.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
7 minutes, 6 minutes.
Like, literally, I'm down to the wire,
That is so not me.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm not scattered, but I'm always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it really annoys me when
So you have to
someone's
So programming is important. Like
very
just
much
programming
so.
your day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I allow myself to just chill, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't join my family to play golf, because like
Right.
I am
That's
like,
your
I
chill
make
time.
myself just relax. Even
Right.
if I'm like doing 4 loads of laundry, at least when it's
relaxing.
I'm relaxing. Yeah. I'm pretty compulsive. So
Yeah.
that actually is relaxing to me. But I should probably find more ways to ground myself, because this question's difficult for me, which is probably a
Interesting.
problem.
Yeah. It is hard for us. I mean, when you're
What do you do?
motivated and you're
inspired by you.
driven. No, I mean,
Yeah.
we're both very driven, very motivated, very excited about, taking on the world.
Yeah.
And really, both of us helping people heal,
Yeah.
getting information out there that will help people heal with whatever they have going on in their lives. I mean, we're like, ugh, this has got to happen.
I know.
It's hard to find that groundiness. I know I do go, and then I crash, but I do
You drink
jazz.
like your tea, don't you?
I do. I love my Tulsi tea.
Yeah.
Tulsi tea is I don't know, I can't live without it. I drink it kind of on and off all day.
Yeah.
It's very grounding. It's an adaptogen. So I do love that. Baths I'm not a shower
My mom
girl.
was a bath. My
I'm a
mom had a
bath
bath
girl.
every night before bed.
Oh, it's like heaven.
Yeah.
It's not always with Epsom salt because they say, to put the Epsom salt in, but just a warm bath is crazy soothing and it kind of brings me down and relaxes me.
Yeah.
And I wish I want to become more of a fiction reader or a reader, but I'm a podcast girl. So I will turn on a podcast when I jump into bed and I'll fall asleep to it.
That's amazing.
All the different, there's so much.
There's so many.
There's so many.
Yeah.
And so many interesting ones, And these days I've been listening to a lot about love,
Yeah.
so that is soothing. Yoga to me is very, very soothing, and walking is soothing too. Just really getting out and not hiking, but walking and just, And also just really, before bed, it's weird. It's just I love making sure that I have this, it's such a nutrition thing, complex carbs, because they calm your central nervous system down.
Complex
Sweet
carbs?
potatoes. Yes. Basmati rice, complex carbs are full of minerals, so they calm your central nervous system.
Oh.
Yeah, even legumes and beans and all of those things, quinoa and wild rice and carrots and beets are complex carbs, and they do calm your system down. So at night, I'm always making sure I have some of those things in my meal, or a lot of those things.
That's my next big topic is sleep, especially during perimenopause and menopause, because I'm dying. Okay, so we're going to get into complex carbs.
Sleep was, I had insomnia for 4 years.
Yeah.
Probably one of the worst things I've ever dealt with in my life.
It's horrible.
Horrible.
This whole week.
Horrible. It is. Yeah. It's not fun. Sleep is so crucial in terms of me calming down and getting into bed at the same time and waking up at the same time, and also getting that morning sunshine, that light if I can. And I can because I have this balcony outside of my bedroom. And the sun comes in the morning, and it's so beautiful to reset my circadian rhythms. But this is
do you sleep with, we'll get into sleep later, but do you sleep with blackout shades?
No. No,
we don't do that. We sleep with the full light in our room.
Right. It's not so much. It's medium. But I do wish we had that, but it does make me a little off balance when I do wake up in a hotel room with blackout shades. So, but I mean, now I think that I know how to like calm my system down. I know when it's all revved up. I have these talks that I do to myself, for myself, to like get myself back in my body. I just kind of try to ground back into my heart because I'm in my head so much. And my head is going a million miles an hour of what I'm going to do next. And
do you talk to yourself?
I do. Yeah,
all the time. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Yep, in the car,
the shower, in my bathroom, everywhere.
Yeah.
I was talking to myself walking down the street yesterday and this woman walked by and I was like, maybe she thinks I have headphones and
you don't?
I'm talking on the phone, but I didn't. And I was just talking to myself. I was like, oh, I'm a total psycho.
Yeah. I do. I talk
pretend
to
conversations all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. Well, my therapist that I love said to me like a lot of times, to get yourself into a place where you really want to be, like pretend you are having a conversation with somebody, like what makes you great, Elissa, or what calms you down or whatever the question is. And then talk to yourself about it. Hey, this is what calms me down, or this is what makes me feel great, or makes me feel like me. It is a little bizarre, but
I don't like confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
I was just having this conversation with my girlfriend. I really don't like it. Like I really am anti-confrontation, which if you know me really well, it might be shocking because I'm like, we'll get everything on the table.
Yeah.
So if I feel like there's going to be,
it is surprising.
I feel like, I don't know why, because I'm not like, I'm tough. But I'm non-confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I feel like I'm going to be in a situation where there's going to be some, tough conversation, let's say, I will have that conversation or where I think that conversation will go out loud.
Yeah, with yourself before you do it.
Kind of over and over again.
Yeah.
So I was having one of those on a walk with the dog yesterday. And I was like, going back and forth.
Right.
I'm like, am I schizophrenic? Am I like a total crazy person?
I think it's good to play out those things.
I think so. And I have to
always go the way
out loud. Yeah.
You expect.
No.
At least it does take away a little bit of the fear
of
having the confrontation. I don't either. So. I hate those. I hate them.
I know. And somehow to me, that's kind of grounding because it's like, getting the anxiety out of my brain. And like once it's sort of out and my voice puts it out in the world, I feel like it's better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Totally. It does. You don't want it recirculating in your head continually and being worried. Yeah. Whether it's on paper or out, talking out loud.
Yeah.
You do need to do that. Yeah.
And
it's
sometimes
very supportive. Yeah.
Or a conversation you really feel like you have to have with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you just have it out loud, then you don't even need to have it anymore.
Interesting. Okay.
Does that, you're really angry with someone or you feel like really upset with someone or you're sad or hurt. Sometimes it just has to get out of your body.
Right. Right. Is that weird? Yeah. No, it's not weird. No. At one point,
it's just about you.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I had an energy healer who I loved. I had many energy healers. That's a whole other podcast.
You talking to me about this.
Millions of energy healers.
Oh my God.
And one of them, this guy who was fantastic, had me write down like what made me anxious. And for a month straight, every day for 30 days, 28, 30 days, whatever it was. And I sometimes was writing the same thing down. This person makes me anxious. Yes, my mom makes me anxious. And I'd write it down every day for 30 days. And then it got out of my system.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel anxious around them or about the situation. You're right. It does work. I always thought you had to have it on paper and you had to write it down rather than just talk it out. But
maybe it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very...
Okay.
We're off to a good start.
We're off to a good start. I think we give a lot of power to our childhood and the way we were raised, the way we sort of hold on to a lot of that. But I think there's a lot of balance in how we figure that out.
Yeah.
And then how we grow as we get older. And then, as you say, how we find ways to ground ourselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what we make of it.
Yeah. Because I feel like my childhood, it was good in ways and wasn't good in ways. And it did.
Same.
And I feel, yes, and taking away both of those things, like some of those things have made me really resilient and strong and never give up. And the other ones have made me softer and, more vulnerable because of the things that happened that weren't so good. So yeah, I know. It's like, you're right. Finding the balance of both of those things of what went on in your and not blaming. That's a big thing. I hear a lot of clients blame their childhood for where they're at today or where they are in their life. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to let go of all of that.
I think
make peace with life, right? Life is not easy.
It just isn't. And no one's perfect. No one's going to have this like perfect.
No. We think sometimes they do, but they don't.
No, not from the inside out. Definitely not. And the more perfect it looks, usually the more fucked up it was. No.
Because they're hiding something, right?
Definitely.
I know.
And as my mom used to say to me, she's like, I didn't push you out with a manual. Like, we just do the best we can.
Yes, exactly.
And the crazy thing is you can have, I grew up with 3 siblings. Like, you can have four children who grew up in the same house, with the same parents with very different experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
And look back on very different experiences. Yeah. And that's just life.
Right.
My 3 kids, 3 boys will all tell you very different ways in which they were parented and very different ways in which they were raised. Right. And I'll be like, I did the best I could.
Right.
I don't tell you.
I know.
So,
I know.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. Good luck to your family and kids. And you're right.
Exactly.
I know. Same. I know. And the girls and I had a tough time for about 10 years, just trying to figure our way out of this horrible experience that happened their dad dying so young. And still to this day, it's so sad to not have him around.
Yeah.
Didn't get to see my older daughter get married and now have a child. And it's really, really still always going to be sad for us. We always have to deal with that. But it has made the 3 of us so, so close. But we are all 3 so different.
Yeah.
And to be able to navigate, how to deal with each other has been really interesting, challenging, and so beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel so lucky to have this experience of life.
Seriously.
Yeah, this road that we're on is, you don't know what's around the corner.
Never.
That's what's fascinating.
You never do.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well enjoy today.
Exactly.
I
agree.
Well, this is fun. Till next time.
I loved it. Till next time.
Thanks a lot.